Okay, normally I would talk about this sort of thing before I do the trailers, but considering that what I have to say about what I just saw is something that I feel should be sort of sought or talked about in sort of a more serious note, I think I'll get into the trailers first. So, foremost, the first trailer I got was for Rocket Man. You know, it looks good. You know, it's Rocket Man. I also got the Men in Black International trailer, which, you know, makes sense. You know, Chris Hemsworth was in the movie that I just saw, and he's in the new Men in Black coming out, so that makes sense to have him there. The Secret Life of Pets 2. I mean, it's The Secret Life of Pets 2. What more could I ever really say about that? The Detective Pikachu trailer. You know, I hope that becomes the first good video game movie. At least I hope so. The Lion King movie, which is supposed to be in live action, even though there are no human characters and it's all CGI, so why are they making this one again? I don't know. The X-Men Dark Phoenix, you know, if this is the last X-Men movie before Disney and Marvel do anything with X-Men, I hope it's good. The Gemini Man, which is that new Will Smith movie that actually looks pretty good. I think it's going to be something to look forward to. And the final trailer I got was Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, which I have to ask, are they building up Luke Skywalker to be essentially the Joker, only more subtle? I mean, Mark Hamill is the definitive voice of the Joker, so that would make sense. But, yeah. So, those are the trailers. You know, if you have anything about those trailers themselves, you know, let me know in the comments. So, how about we get into what I saw? Yes, I just come out of Avengers Endgame. I am super duper tired, both metaphorically and physically. It's actually pushing 11 o'clock right now. And so, with being as tired as I am, I feel it best appropriate to keep this maybe on the short side. I don't know. But, okay, it's probably coming across that I didn't think the movie was, that I thought the movie was bad, but I'll explain this. Ladies and gentlemen, what I saw in the movie theater, what I viewed, what I have bore witness to, if you will, was a phenomenon. The kind of phenomenon that you speak of it as an idea, and it's incredibly rare if such an idea is ever brought into existence. That was my computer right there, sorry. Now, for me, this similar phenomenon has happened one other time. I won't ever forget when it happened. It was July of 2011. And it was after 11 year stretch, we finally, at the time, had gotten Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now, understand, a movie having a Part 2 isn't anything different. I mean, one of the greatest movies ever made, The Godfather, has a Godfather Part 2, and that movie's one of the greatest movies of all time as well. So, it was on that very day, back in July of 2011, that I had officially seen all 8 Harry Potter movies on the big screen. And it was at that point I saw something that I didn't think would ever happen or be possible. In a 10-11 year span of a series of movies, you would think that at some point, even though all the movies, for some way or another, are good, that the bottom would give out. And for whatever reason, at the very end, they would say fall at the 1 yard line. But no. What had happened when I had seen Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 was not just history, but just a sheer event in which they had made the final movie in a series of films that again spanned, 10, 11 years. They took the final one of those movies and they made it the best one. When I had witnessed that movie, I thought I'd never see anything like that ever again. Now, occasionally, I actually would get flashes. I'd gotten flashes when I saw every Avengers and Age of Ultron, and even I got a little bit of that in Infinity War. But, again, they were merely flashes of what I would see tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel very comfortable saying this. Once again, I witnessed history. They made the final one of these movies, spanning all the way from a 10-11 year span, back in the summer of 2008 when we first got Iron Man, and now we're here. They made the final Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, at least in these first 3 phases, the best one. This is unbelievable. I can't really say, again, I'm not going to give away spoilers, but I can't say there is anything, awful or bad or anything truly negative about this movie. This movie is not perfect. There are some flaws, but the only true flaw that I noticed, and that could deter some people away, really does stem from just the runtime. This is a 3-hour movie. Now, for me, and this is actually something that Chris Stuckman mentioned in his video when I saw his review, and that's, it didn't really feel like it was 3 hours. If anything, it felt about as long as Infinity War did. Still long, but, not 3 hours. And I definitely felt that vibe. But the first act of this movie, or the first hour, is a little bit slow. There's, you see some action here and there, but it's slow and somber and emotional for all of the right reasons. So even though technically it is a flaw, I can most certainly forgive that. This movie, it made me smile when I knew I had to smile. It made me feel sad when I was supposed to feel sad. It made me laugh when I was supposed to, express laughter. This movie did absolutely everything that it set out to do. This was a movie with a purpose. This was a movie that, years from now, people are going to say, man, people really knew how to make movies back then. People knew how to enjoy movies back then. People knew what they wanted to see on the big screen back then. And I can tell you, I got all that and more tonight. So, yes, by all accounts, this movie is good. Of the 10 movies in Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 3, I can say that out of 10, they got 10 that are good. A perfect score. And you just don't see that sort of thing very often. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic. I am. But again, because it happens so often, it just catches you by surprise. And you don't really know how to react. I mean, I just saw the movie and I still don't know how to react. Oh, I mean, I kind of do now. I mean, if I didn't know how to react, I wouldn't even be making this video at all. So, foremost, yes, please go see this movie. It is worthy of the 3-hour time. It is worth the 3-hour time. And, again, I never give away spoilers. So, I could say more about what the story is. In fact, honestly, I could say that I had a prediction as to what they were going to do. And technically they did it. But, that's something that I predicted. If it happens and I lose enjoyment out of the film from that, that's on me. But it didn't impact my overall thoughts of the film at all, so I'm good. And yeah, I have no idea where they're going to take these Marvel movies next, other than I know that Spider-Man Homecoming is coming out, or Far From Home is coming out, excuse me. I know that, people are going to be talking about this movie for a good long while. They may even be talking about it for the rest of this year. But whatever happens, I am so incredibly privileged to live in a time where the Marvel Cinematic Universe exists. Because while they are relatively sporadic, I get to have experiences like this. And even if you're having the worst of days, to have something like this at any point in your life, that's pretty special. And I consider myself lucky that it even happens at all. So, with that in mind, please like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all had a wonderful Thursday. And if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care. Make good choices. And go see this movie. Thank you.